Thank you, Whitney, for joining us today. I'm going to ask a few questions.
Okay.
All right. Can you tell us a little bit about life before coming to JCHC?
My life before this was not very hopeful. It was riddled with addiction and a lot of hopelessness. And I wasn't able to hold down a job. I wasn't able to be a mother or a good daughter or any of the things that I was supposed to be. I was just quite lost.
Thank you. How did addiction affect your family, your children, and your sense of hope? It's unique. You pretty much just said that. Is there anything else you want to add to that?
Addiction controlled everything. It kept me from being good at anything. I wasn't able to be there for my son. My mom couldn't depend on me. My family couldn't depend on me at all. I was chaos.
Yes. All right. Let's talk about the time here at JCHC. So what role do you believe JCHC played in helping you change your path?
Oh my goodness. It gave me a foundation to change on. Like, I got out of jail on September 16th, 2019, and I walked down the street and I had nowhere to go. My mother had told me that I was not welcome back in her home because I just couldn't tolerate it anymore. I literally had nowhere to go. And that was the first time in my life that I had absolutely nowhere to be. And so when I came out, I walked over here from the jail. I walked over here, and I had no idea what my life was going to look like. I was not solid. I didn't get out of jail saying, oh my goodness, I'm never touching anything again. That's not my mindset when I walked over here. I didn't know what the next hour looked like. I didn't know if the next hour was going to be me taking off, which was, that's what it always had been, was there was no consistency, and I would just take the easy road out. But that's where I really think that God stepped into my life, and he, I call it divine intervention, because that's what it was. There's no other explanation for it. Is when I came over here, I got a bed, and I stayed, and I ate all your snacks. So, sorry. Okay, so being here gave me an opportunity. They gave me an opportunity to take the road that I hadn't traveled yet. This place gave me a place to be, and there was community here. There was other people around me going through so many different walks of life, and a lot of times in addiction and stuff like that, you isolate yourself. You think that, oh my goodness, nobody knows what I'm going through, or it's just me that's going through it like this, or something like that. And coming here and seeing all these different people, it helped me feel less lonely. And everyone here was very supportive, very kind to me. And at that time in my life, I hadn't seen a whole lot of that. I didn't really deserve it, I felt. But I got it here. And being here, I was able to get a job. Because I couldn't have gotten an apartment. If it wasn't for this place, I would have walked right back out on the streets, and God knows what would have happened to me. Because I was told, because the program I was in, I couldn't go back to my home. Not to mention, because of my actions, my son wasn't allowed to be around me. So coming here gave me literally a chance. And so then I was able to get a job here, and I was able to save money here and get a car. My very first car that I'd ever paid for myself, the very first job that I took seriously, that, and everybody here just allowed me to save my money, and were so understanding. And as long as I was doing well, everybody was they rooted for me here. And I loved that. That was something I needed desperately. And it just kind of just sent me off in the right. Without this place, I don't think there would have been a lot of hope for me if I hadn't started here.
God had a plan. And some of the things that I didn't necessarily know, like you met your husband while you was here.
I did.
I always thought it was real quick, like right after you left here. It's
No,
not
we
this,
met here.
That's so he was in here?
Yes.
How long did he spend here?
He was only in here for 3 months.
Really?
Yes, he had 60 or 90 days. Yeah, not many people stayed as long as I did.
That's okay. That's okay.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.